sun's shining. It's a little chilly today. I just wanted to explain why I haven't put a video up for a couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago I was rushed into hospital with stomach pain. It turned out that I had appendicitis, which had ruptured, and when they operated on me it had gone gangrene, and it had leaked through my intestine and was settling in my pelvis as some sort of mucky fluid, which I had to have a pelvis wash out. And it's been a little bit difficult the last 2 weeks, especially while I was in hospital for 6 days. I was very weak and I had to have antibiotics by IV and then oral antibiotics. So I'm doing well now, but I have been struggling, and of course couldn't do much. I got my wife to feed my hawk. I was explaining what to feed it through the tube, trying to keep it at a weight which was above hunting weight, but something that I could bring down and start hunting again when I was out, although I couldn't see that when I was in there. It was a bit difficult. The NHS were fantastic. They saved my life, because you wouldn't have lived 100 years ago. So hats off to them, and the nursing care in there was fantastic, and yeah, you get looked after, but it was difficult. So I came out I think 7 days ago, and I've just been getting strength up. First thing I done was come in my garden and got my hawk out and weighed it, and then put it back, because I couldn't do anything else. I mean, I shouldn't have probably done that, but you know what it's like. We do things when we can. Anyway, I've walked around the field a couple of times. I'm getting my strength back. Yesterday I got the hawk out, I put some telemetry on it and threw it in the garden at quite a heavy weight. But I know this hawk, and I can tell just by when I've got food in my hand that this hawk's not going to mess about. He's going to come back for the food in the garden, maybe not before he's out. So I'm quite happy with that. And if I did get in trouble and he did go off, I've got people I can call that can assist. But you know, I had to do it, and I'm going to do the same today. And I hope within another 7 days I'm going to be out hunting again. I'm not sure. It's nothing. You can go quicker than your body will let you, because you can walk around the field thinking you're okay, and then there's this heaviness comes over and you just can't do it. It's nothing to do with stamina. I had plenty of stamina before. This is something else that holds you back, but we're getting there. Yeah, so anyway, there you go. That's what I've been up to the last 14 days. Big shock, I had no idea. I would say before I was taken in hospital, I did have a few weeks where I was thinking I was coming down with something. I was doing COVID tests because I had this sort of sick feeling, and I wasn't really sure. So there was some signs that it was going on, but it appears that it's been going on for a while because of the state of the appendix. They actually were gangrene, and I've seen pictures and it didn't look very good. So most of my recovery, I think, was the infection more than a normal appendicitis, which is cut out in a reasonable state. You can get over it fairly quickly. So I think mainly mine was to do with the infection that I struggled a bit, but here we are, and everything's healing up. I'm not so tender, and I'm getting there now. I know I'm getting there. Enough of that. So today, what I thought I'd do, there's there's been a few videos that I used to enjoy watching what's in the falconry bag, and I found these fascinating because, you know, what's in there. So I thought what I'd do now is get mine out and have a look through it. It'll give me a chance to tidy it up, to see what's in there that shouldn't be in there, and maybe talk a little bit about that. But as soon as I'm back to full strength, I should be out hunting as soon as possible, because we, as you know, generally go out every single day, and this is not easy when you can't go out, so I want to get back to that. Thing when you've got animals, it doesn't all just come to a stop, even if you've been ill with any illness. You have to keep coming out, feeding them and looking after them. So you need to have plans, because anything can happen. Unfortunately, my wife was fully competent to do what she had to do. She knows where the food is, she knows how to prepare it, she knows how to put it in the mews, and she also knows falconry knot, so if she had to move this hawk and put it away at any time, she could do that as well. It's always good to have a plan, and that plan came into force because one minute I was at home, next minute I was in hospital. I've got a good friend that's a falconer that also would help. You know, you don't want to keep calling on people. If you back leg of a rabbit that she caught this season, and that's a nice little bit of protein and calcium in that. So he's eating well. He's not out hunting, but he's certainly eating. The first thing is the bag, normally kept in the back there, where if he has a catch that goes in there as well. So I'll keep a plastic bag in there. It's the telemetry, and it's a tiny lot what I use, and the transmitter obviously on the bird, but that's what we carry in the back. Check that, test it, put it in the back, and off we go. Then on the front I carry a hood stuffed with paper to keep it in shape, so if I need to for any reason, there's the hood there. I've had to use it a couple of times whilst we've been out for various reasons, but generally not. But it's there if I need it, and Woody will accept the hood quite well. Also, in that same on that same strap, I carried a knife, nice sharp, simple knife that a friend of mine made for me. So I regularly sharpen that, and that's for gutting rabbit and anything else I need to do while I'm out. And a spare whistle, an old whistle that used to be my dad's. He will come to that whistle, as he will in most whistles he is. He knows it's me. But that's just sentimental, that one. And in this one, this was a Christmas present. It's more of a survival thing, but it's for cutting logs. I just like keeping that in there. If you ever need to cut anything, you can use that. It's like a saw. That's just something I've kept in there, not really that important. Little bit of cord there, always handy with a loop on the end. And the first aid sort of stuff here we got, this is eye wash. It's a saline solution, so if I get a cut or the hawk gets a cut, we can use that to clean the wound off. So that's in the first aid department. So the next thing in the first aid department, so we've got the saline wash, which is clean water, good for irrigating any wound. On the hawk, on myself, and in there I'll carry a few tissues, and there's a plaster for myself, dry off the hawk. And here we have these sticks, which are designed for dog paws and cuts on a dog's leg, or any animal really. And all you do is break the stick at the end on the mark, the liquid comes out into the tip, and then you can dab that on the wound, and it congeals the blood, helps stop bleeding, cleans the wound, and there's a slight anaesthetic in there, some sort of pain relief. I'm not quite sure what it is, but they're good. That's what I use. Don't recommend what I'm doing, I'm just saying what I do. And then you put that in a bag, take it home, put it in the bin. So that's the first aid side of things. In there we have a striker. That's if I want to get a little fire going, which I do on occasions when I'm out. Not unnecessary to take with you, but that's what I do. A couple of spare leashes if you ever need them, or the dog needs them, if I can lash them together and make a lead, anything, just a handy bit of kit to have. A few more bits, and that's a dispatching tool, which I don't like. I think it's personally too painful, or I don't know, barbaric, I'm not sure. Maybe people like them, but I don't. But I have had to use it when I can't actually dispatch a rabbit and the hawk is in the wrong place and I can't get to a good position to dispatch. I have used that, but I don't particularly like it. I keep it for that reason, that it is usable. And there's another bag there, and in there, same again, there's some cord or a leash and some swivels, and it looks like there's a couple of spare muse jesters in there, so if anything goes wrong I've got a few bits of spare gear. On this side I've got this bit of leash here. When the hawk at the beginning of the season had a catch, I'll just literally come up to it, come up, clip on the anklet and let the hawk feed up. So I know I can just pick the hawk up and he's not going to go off anywhere. I don't use that now, that was at the beginning of the season. Hawk's quite good. Now I know that he's going to just get back on the glove fairly well. So all in all, we just got spare muse jesters, leash, first aid kit, which I think is definitely worth carrying around, a few bits of cord. So this vest that I'm using is a fairly cheap one off of eBay. It's not the best quality in the world, but it certainly does its job and it will last a season easily or two. The last year's one from last season, I threw it away because it had pulled this webbing out, but it does get pretty manky after a season anyway, due to the food that's you're carrying around daily in there. So I find it cheap enough just to throw away and get another one. But that's what's in my bag anyway. I hope that's helped someone. So that's it, that's what's in my falconry bag, and at the moment I've got a bit of time to go through it, tidy it up, put it back, and yeah, just make sure I'm all ready for next week.